banged twice, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But electricity must have come back on.
It's gone off twice.
Is it still, well, we're still powered up. What? I've got serious trouble down at left. Whether you can hear me. We've got some wires across the and told them to the electricity board about the trees nearly touching them. Anyway, it's been arcing, something terrible. And I've come with a clipboard to have a look. No one comes with a chainsaw. It's as though no one wants to do any bloody work nowadays, I'll show you. I think it's blown now because it's just exploded twice. It's been like arcing. And like, you know, as it touched, but now it went bang twice, seriously bang. So I think we've still got power, but I think it must have blown a fuse or something. I'll show you. You know, they come, knock a few twigs off instead of coming and eliminating the problem by taking the old wires down, the old tree down. Well, there's been some bloody rain and all that. See them wires there? See? That's what it's doing. You see that? That was a full action shot. So what happens when it gets really strong? Fold over, touch the bloody wires and bang. See? It's arcing again. You see that? God, it just proves the power of what's in them lights, and these are only 1,000 volts. These, you know, these aren't bloody. And it goes off for a second. It does that. You know, so they must regulate it. We'll have a look at the other side. Excitement on Saturday morning. We've grown wet. Oh, it's gone off now. It's gone off now. There was even flames with that one. Yeah, we're dead now. We've got no power whatsoever. I said to Nikki as I came out, I said, I bet we lose our electricity in the next 10 minutes. So yeah, it's gone. Just while electric's off, I'll just show you the problem here. These wires here, these low ones, look how they're in among the trees. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Why they haven't come and chopped that bloody tree off by... We've told them for, no word of a lie, we've told them for 3 years. And why did it? I don't know whether you saw on camera or not pointing in the right direction, but look, the arc's right down them wires. Anyway, whether we see electricity today, because I think they'll be pretty busy doing some major stuff, but being a business, I think they have to get you rebooted within 12 hours, like, so we'll see what happens. Oh dear. Right, next job, go pick all our rubbish up because Phil says it's all over the field. He's eventually just set off. I don't think there'll be much traffic on road today, so you know they have they have actually warned people to stay at home. And to be honest, I don't think it's a bad idea today. Yeah. Windy.
Unbelievable.
I reckon we might see 90-mile-an-hour gusts. Well, when it starts blowing that strong, you're in for some serious damage. There'll be a lot of trees down. Oh dear. There must have been a lot of rain renting night as well, because there's quite a lot of water in our main drain and our oh, that one ain't so bad, but the main beck is, there's a lot of water in, so there must be more rain than I thought. Oh dear. Yeah, everything looks very, very windswept. Doesn't it, dogs? You come for a ride, don't you? A bit concerned about this wheat here. It's some real late drill stuff, and we thought there was a slug issue, but I think it's more poor seed bed. We didn't quite. We should have powered it in front. All I did was power a drill straight on ploughing, and I didn't quite get it fine enough. But the seed is there, and its seed is growing. Oh, so it'll just be slow coming out because it has to sort of mould itself around the trees. Oh, not so bad actually. Our blue bin, I thought it'd be all of it field. So yeah, that's good. We'll get that gathered up, and then go down and see my mum, see what she's doing. We had one of Moses' lads the other day come and have a look at pigs, and we reckon maybe end of next week we'll be having a few out. There's some real big pigs in here now. It's been a right batch they have. No bloody aggression, hardly any problems whatsoever. A couple lame, what we've injected, and they're alright, but look at the size of them. And they don't seem to have been here that long at all. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a new batch in for Christmas, because they'll take the big ones out, and then we'll they'll take the big ones out. About a fortnight later they'll clear the lot, and hopefully we'll have a new batch of little ones for Christmas, so keep these yards paying all the time. Yeah, some monsters there is. In fact, I think they could have had a load out this week, but anyway, not my decision. It's as warm as toast in here. We always put a lot of bedding in. Lads did it yesterday. They're quite mucky, but they always get mucky on now at this stage, because there's a lot of big hooves. Well, a lot of big hooves and big arseholes, if you want to, you know, to put it bluntly. So there's a lot of muck coming out the back of them. They're paddling it in with big feet. And yeah, so yeah, they'll be to do again on Monday. But yeah, fantastic pig. I think we're going to bite the bullet with these high prices and get this bloody shed ordered. I've rung my lad to give me a price. Another fella actually too. He says give me a go. So if I can't get any joy up my usual man, I might let him make one. We'll put it up like we've got basin ready, so I mean if it does come wet we can still put portfolios in and call it our winter project. I went to see a second-hand shed. I don't know. That time you've buggered about taking it down, and health and safety, like I ain't bothered about clambering on roofs, but anybody gets hurt who works for you, you know, you're liable, aren't you? And yeah, you need to be fairly safe, but we put green waste, it's screenings from a green waste shredder. We put them in these passages and over walls for two reasons really. Well, three reasons actually. One reason it occupies them, just buggering about with it. Second reason, it causes heat and it keeps them really warm. It's like an electric blanket. And third reason is it makes marvellous muck, 40-yard muck. So that's why we do that. Yeah, it's just screenings from a green waste trommel. And it's like real fibrous, and we get it in summer, hype it up and it dries out. We use it in winter. We don't like to use it in summer because there is a lot of dust, and it could cause oh god, I can't speak, lung trouble. And yeah, so but yeah, it makes marvellous muck, and this muck we keep separate. All this is just green waste and pig poop. We'll keep this separate, and we're going to put it on grasses, you know, because it'll be real fine and, you know, it'll dissolve sort of thing. This is the last field of wheat we drilled, and just put a few scarecrows on, because bloody hell. You know when you're the last person to drill or the first person to drill, you just get plagued out with all the pests. And it's crows today. And I've come down with quad, I've put a couple in, one like that and one like that. Whether they do any good, I don't know. But there's a crow there. Oh, 50 yards from me, I don't know whether you can see it. All the rest of them have buggered off. And he's just there, as brave as hell. He ain't bothered. He ain't bothered. I'm knocking these posts in and he's still sat there and feeding away. He must be the, like, tough guy of crows. Yeah, little bugger. Actually, bloody land's as dry. For time of year, it's very, very strange. Oh, look, my bag's off. For time of year, it's bloody strange. Very, very odd how dry it is. Very warm and all, about 16 degrees it was at the peak yesterday. And but I think we're in for a change tomorrow. I think the wind's changing to the north, and we're gonna have a bit of a lot colder temperatures, so it'll steady stuff down, because we've got some of that really early drill stuff just getting a little bit forward. And I've seen some rape. Bloody hell, there's some rape round and about. I was in because we were very late drilled. It suited our crop. But there's some, like, you know, 18-inch tall. Like, you could see another 3 weeks of this weather, you'd see maybe see a flower. Very pleased with that new drill. Oh, this bag's keeping. It's going as fast as I'm walking. What? Oh, the bloody things are faster now. Yeah. And prices are off the roof. I don't know. I think we could be a bit greedy. I keep suggesting it to my dad. Because we work together, there's me, my dad and my uncle. They're twin brothers. Always work together, and basically let me do what I want, but we all make big decisions, like when we're buying anything like combine, we all sat down and is it the right idea, are we having one of them? Buying fert, we sit down. It was a shocker last time, £635 a tonne, but it's better than not having it in spring, innit? Because anybody who hasn't bought it or I don't think it's there. And bloody, I don't know what's happening with Russia, but are we falling out with Russia that they're going to stop this pipeline into Germany, which will make gas prices a lot higher? You know, fertilizer is made out of gas, lack of gas. I don't know. So anyway, we could do with another load, but I think we could swing things in spring if it wasn't there. Either drill a few more oats, they don't need as much nitrogen, pour a few more fields. If Chris wants a bit more maize, put a bit more maize in, because we can use the blood as long as we can get registered the land. And we've got plenty of muck. And them laws are changing as well. I don't know, have they finalised any of these muck spreading laws? Aren't we allowed at back end? Is it a total no after August? You know, I don't know what's going on. Will be a struggle for us actually, because we like to get rid of a lot of muck at back end, and it'll alter our cropping laws. It'll alter our cropping. We'll end up putting a bit more spring barley in, I reckon, on these tougher soils, which, if they're going right and get established and get away and don't get too drought affects them though. If you get them real dry April, Mays, it knocks their ended. But if you get like a growing season in spring, we can have some real good results. You know, we get up to 3 tonne of spring barley. We've had more, but if you get 3 tonne of spring barley, I think you've done very, very well. Well, we have on this farm anyway. So, right, I'll put this one here. I'm knackered. Right, I'll put this one here and then go a bit further. I've got a few slug pellets in. I just want to drive about with quad, and let's see if we ain't got any damage anywhere. So right, we'll crack on. Having a look at these stubble turnips. Actually, to say how late they were drilled and what competition they've had with the barley, they've come really well. They're as big as last year. I mean, that's a good size one. Look. Well, actually, they aren't bad at all. There's a bit of vetch in among it. I think that's vetch. Apparently, that nearly is it vetch. What is it? Vetch what puts as much underground as it does on top. But yeah, it's gonna. We'll fence it in two halves. Let them have that first. Let them really mow that off, and then we'll go around this later on. Give this chance to bulk up a bit. You're growing like mad there. We had some in our mix last year. We had some fodder radish and some white radish. Bloody hell! But they were drilled after winter barley, so they had another month in front of them. And Christ Almighty, the white radishes were like rugby balls. And some of them had grown on top and not put the roots in, and the ones what had put the roots in, they went down like a foot, you know, a big bulb a foot deep. So they're really good stubble turnips. I think get these another fortnight, 3 weeks, there'll be some right fodder on them. Don't cost a lot and all. I don't think what did I do? I think Ollie powered it, and then and I went straight in with Vadestad. It was effortless, you know. It don't cost a lot to put them in. Seed was quite expensive. I think seed was about £300. So, but yeah, they'll look good. Yeah, but looks of things, they didn't bother this time. I had naught to do with getting it to seed, but looks of I drilled it. I can't remember even looking out the bag. Yeah, there's just vetch and stubble turnips. Just made the decision to drill a little, stitch a little bit of wheat in here. There was just a patch there, and it was there was nearly enough plants to make a crop, but they were still being hounded by slugs. So we've just put a bit of seed in combi and come and put a little bit on here. The only trouble is now it'll have disturbed the residual chemicals, so I'll have to come again. Which isn't a problem because I need to buy some more anyway. So, so come and put a bit of spray on this in a day or two. Maybe even some slug pellets. I'll give it till end of week so it can germinate and, you know, start get going. And keep monitoring it, because there is still a slug issue. I mean, you could find them, you know. This cold weather, because we had a frost this morning, that'll make them go real deep in the soil, makes them go down. So out at way, but on the other, you know, the wheat's going to grow very slow. So if it, you know, if the slugs don't go down, it's going to be very vulnerable to be eaten again. So we'll keep a good eye on it. But it just proves, though, you know, like we've been that busy that doing other stuff that we've neglected this. And I did see that there was a sort of a patch or two what was not as good as the rest. Look, you know, that's perfect, and there was hardly out here, and you know, we've neglected it. And if I'd done it, if I put some pellets on a fortnight ago, I wouldn't be doing this now. So but yeah, you can become too busy that you neglect stuff. So but anyway, and we didn't have a quad, so that's into tremendous. So anyway, quite dangerous out there. Still blowing a bloody gale, shed's shaking, and stuff's blowing about. We've got a tree down, and as I say, we lost power. But yeah, it's a bit bleak, so everything's serviced up and bloody washed off. Some jobs next week to do with this drill. A few bearings, not major, but if you don't keep on top of it, end up a bearing or two on these press wheels, and I think there's odd disc just a little bit loose. Yeah, that one. It's just got a little bit of play. Well, it's not going to repair itself, it's only going to get worse. So there's about half a dozen bearings to do on that. We'll get that, and then it can be. It's still got grain in it actually. We won't even let grain out of it. It wants cleaning out. We thought rodents get in it. So I misinformed it the other day about my cover crop mixes, and I've been watching a fella called Gabe, and I misinformed you with his name and all. I said Gabe Meller, I think, but it's Gabe Brown. He did a presentation in America, and it goes on a bit, to be honest. But the first the first half hour is worth a watch actually. If you get time over this crappy weather, watch it. Yeah, Gabe Brown. He's been doing this cover crop thing and regenerative farming, I think he calls it, for years and years, and he don't use no fertilizers apart from bullock muck and sheep muck and hog muck, as he calls it, and no chemicals whatsoever. And he had a real good look on, to be honest, and he talks a lot of sense. It's just worth a watch. It's given me some ideas anyway. And cover crop wise, more species the merrier. You know, he sows cover crops with 18 different species in, and there's all sorts growing, and it's just certain things do a certain plant will do certain things under the soil, and his soil's like bloody, I don't know, it's turned it from like horrible dust years ago to like mulchy stuff, and it's like a sponge. It acts like a sponge, holds water for a droughty time, and lets water through for a wet time. Anyway, give it a go, see what you think. I thought it was very, very interesting, because you see, you hear, I know I'm waffling on, but you hear, you listen to some of them and you get bored because it's just waffle, innit? But he talks a lot of sense. He talks about his history of his family's history. I think he had a rough time in late 80s and 90s. With weather and one thing and another, hailstorms wiped their harvest out, and they had to do something different. So they started this, and he said it's paid dividends. So, you know, I think it's the next step for agriculture in Great Britain. So, I mean, not for everybody, but I'd like to go down that route. We're gonna try anyway. In fact, I've got a lot of bare land this year, as in stubbles and some fallowed land, what's totally naked and been pounded today by these storms. And it should have been covered in a cover crop. It should be green over. Even like my experiment. I mean, my experiment. I said about must have been a bloody legume. Well, I got that wrong. I should have said I said mustard instead of crimson clover. I should have put crimson clover in. That'd have been putting nitrogen up to now, because it'd have stopped now, because they don't produce nitrogen in winter. They only produce it when they're growing, apparently. But if there was crimson clover, that would be bringing nitrogen in. The rest of the species would have been storing it. So you need a producer and a storer, and also you need something happening under the ground. You know, it needs to be sort of building all that green, all that root system and biomass under the soil as well, producing topsoil. You know, you're trapping the pulling the carbon in.